Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We are here for the first round of the Schumacher League here at the OG League, the realistic league which runs on Monday nights, the league where drivers who maybe struggle a little bit over the course of previous seasons get to drive in the fastest cars on the Formula 1 game, and those who excel, those who we've seen up the top, those who we know are the best of the best, will have to do it in a much more worse car, much more less superior equipment. So it's going to be an exciting season as always for this realistic league, as we're here for the first round of the season. And you may recognise your surroundings right now. You're surrounded by the Ardennes countryside. You are surrounded by the legendary, iconic circuit known as Spa-Francorchamps, and I'm sure we're in for an absolute treat here tonight. It's always one of the most exciting races on the calendar, and I am absolutely super stoked for this one here, as we're just over halfway through the qualifying session. And apologies for how long it took to get us onto the mic here. We did appear to have a few technical difficulties just as we were getting on air, but it looks like they are now sorted out and we are all Gucci and ready to go here, as we've got 19 cars on the track for the start of this new season. We've got Blue Devil Fan currently setting the pace here in this session. He's got quite a gap as well. He's got 1.4 seconds at the moment at the top of the leaderboard. So Blue Devil Fan really putting on a very strong charge here in this race so far. You've got A. Thompson coming over the line at the moment. He's just over a second off of the pace being set by Blue Devil Fan. He's just come over the line to complete that lap that he was just on there. You've got Carter's currently third in the moment in this qualifying session. Golden Wolf and Raiji both in the pits at the moment. Well, I need not mention they're not going to improve in there, are they? But they're currently in the pits at this point. You've got Bennett, is on the medium tyres, just coming down the Kemmel straight at this point. He's not got his DRS open, so I presume he must be on an in lap. So yeah, you can see 6 seconds down on his delta there. So Bennett on his way into the pits. You've got Paulcott 0.8 of a second up as he's coming into the bus stop chicane at the moment. Now, see what Paulcott can put on the board here. He's once again driving in a Red Bull, so he's managed to keep his seat for this season. So Christian Horner's obviously pretty happy with him. Paulcott coming over the line, P6 for him at the moment, so he's not too far away at this stage in the session. You've got Kaiser Kenzie, is 2 seconds down on his personal best, just coming into it. Oh, he's lost his, no, hold on. Yeah, he's lost the left side of his front wing there. So in the Kenzie. Not going to be easy to get some good results in that Williams. It's an absolute, well, yeah, it is a complete and utter dog of a car on the 2021 game. 2022, slightly better, but yeah, 21, you do not want to be in that car. Nonetheless, Horatio, last season's champion for this realistically. He's got himself a solid drive this season, not the best. Aston Martin, probably the 4th slowest car on the 21 game, so it could be a lot worse for Horatio, in all fairness. You know, he could have got himself a considerably worse drive than that. He is defending his title. Obviously, he's a pretty decent driver, is Horatio. He managed to nab himself a drive in the McLaren last season, which, you know, as soon as I saw that last season, I was thinking to myself, wow, I mean, a bit of a shock to see Horatio in a car that good, you know, for a driver of his calibre. But nonetheless, he is currently P10. As we can see, Paulcott has crashed out of the session. Paulcott is out of qualifying here. P7, his current lap time would put him, but he's out of this session at this step. That was a hiccup. At this, well, we're well into the we're well over halfway now. We're into the closing stages of this qualifying session, but what a shame to lose Paulcott just there. As let's jump on board with the reigning champion here of this realistic league, the Schumacher League here at the OG League on a Monday night. Let's ride on board with him as he comes through Brussels, as he's just wrestling the car through there, trying to get them as much turn as he can. Through No Name he comes, doesn't use too much curb, not being too aggressive at the moment. It's Horatio running on the medium tyres, so he's obviously trying to give himself that strategic ace up his sleeve. If he can, his target's probably got to be Bennett, who's half a second above him on that timing board. Bennett currently sat in 9th on a 1:46.3. Horatio's got to be, I'm sure, aiming for that kind of ballpark. Maybe a top 10 here will be what Horatio's looking to try and go into this race with. But here he comes out of Stavelo and into the that corner, which I always forget the name of it. And he's currently a 10th of a second up on his personal best. Up towards Blanchimont he comes. Should be easy flat, not even a corner in the dry conditions. Doesn't really tag the curve too much. A little bit of curve on the exit, trying to just minimise the amount of scrub on the speed. He comes into the bus stop, tags the curve a little bit on the entry, and attacks it there on the exit as he gets out onto the start-finish straight now. up towards the line, and Horatio, the reigning champ, improves his time by 12 thousandths of a second, so not really too many crumpets buttered just there. Hasn't really made too much of a difference in terms of his overall time at this point, but it is currently Blue Devil fans setting the pace here in the McLaren, and he's got quite a big buffer at the moment. It's not close really between them. He's absolutely miles ahead in the timing boards at the moment. He's got over a second at the top of the leaderboard, and the Blue Devil fan already looking like he's going to be the man to beat this season for this Schumacher League here on the OG Discord server. Guys, if you like what you see, if you want to get involved, be sure to go to the OG League's Discord. It is in the description down below. You can join the Discord, you can click the link, that will take you there. You can sign up to any of the leagues that they've got over the course of the week. They've got many different leagues. They run practically every day. I think they do pretty much run every day. I don't know if they run Saturday leagues. If they do, then I'm up to commentate, boys, but and girls. But nonetheless, we got the Master's just left the session, so it seems like I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if he was unable to get into the race, but I know he joined the session midway through. Whether or not he's going to be getting himself back in and ready to go for the race, we shall see. But nonetheless, A. Thompson on his outlap at the moment. You've got Mark Bow currently residing in the pit lane. You've got Karts just backing off there, letting his teammate there, Blue Devil fan, come through as he comes up through Eau Rouge and Radion. Golden Wolf in the pits at the moment. You've got Nobby Bootneck just coming through the final part of the lap down towards the bus stop chicane, as Nobby there onto the brakes in the Ferrari, down to first gear, slamming down the gears as he comes into the pits. So he's obviously not on an improved lap time, isn't going to stay out for another run, and I think that's probably going to be Nobby Bootneck's session done and dusted here, as he hasn't got enough time to get himself back out on the track after this, I wouldn't imagine. Somehow improves his fastest time there. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. Nonetheless, A. Thompson, Mark Bowen, Karts all on out laps. Golden Wolf now in the pits, stands out there on a flying lap, coming up through Eau Rouge and Radion. At this particular point, you've got Raiji a 10th down on his middle sector fastest time at this moment. You've got Bennett just out there on his out lap at the moment. He's coming through Lacombe. You've got Andrew Pittsmith in the pits. Also Horatio likewise. Kaiser Kenzie's just coming through Pouan by the looks of it. You've got Mr. Exotic coming out of Blanchimont and down towards the bus stop. Well, what can Mr. Exotic put on the board here is he's got a little bit of a gap here to the rest of them in the mid-pack. He looks like he's on a better lap this time though. Mr. Exotic up towards the line. This is definitely going to be improvement. How much? He moves himself up by one place actually. In fact, no he didn't, because it was an invalid lap. So regardless of what he found, regardless of what he discovered on that lap, it's going to be rendered completely redundant now to the fact that he did it in an invalid lap time. So unfortunately, it's not going to count for much. Nonetheless, he's got still another lap in this session to try and improve. So still time, still opportunities here in this session for Mr. Exotic. But Blue Devil fan, while we're watching Mr. Exotic there, Blue Devil fan has just improved his lap time even more, and he is now 1.4 seconds clear at the top of that leaderboard. So that is absolutely superb stuff there from Blue Devil fan. A. Thompson's coming to the end of the first sector. He's just posted the time, which is 200ths off of his personal best. You've got Mark Bow just coming through the bus stop at the moment. Let's see what Mark Bow can do. Can he improve a little bit? No, he can't, because he's on an out lap. Kart's on a flying lap at this point. He's just coming through Brussels. You've got Golden Wolf just coming through up towards Blanchimont now. Let's see what Golden Wolf can put on the board here. He's currently on a 1:45.8. Good enough for P5. He can find 4 attempts. He can put himself possibly on the front row here. Here comes Golden Wolf into the second part of the bus stop, out onto the start finish now. What is Golden Wolf going to put on the board here as he comes up towards the line? He doesn't improve, stays in P5.4 now then. Nobby currently in the pits. You've got Sand is on a lap at the moment. Raiji's just coming down towards the final part of the lap. Into the bus stop he comes, as we are now done for the session. So anybody on a flying lap at this point can finish their flying lap, but if they cross the line to start a lap now, then it won't count. Raiji goes P5, so he moves himself up the order. Kaiser Kenzie's been disqualified from the session, so he's driving the wrong way around the track according to our monitor. A. Thompson is half a second up. Can he dip into the 144s? Up towards the line he comes. He doesn't dip into the 144s, but he does improve his lap considerably and gets himself now just over a second off of Blue Devil fan's face. Blue Devil fan's face. Blue Devil fan's pace. Blue Devil fan is just coming through the funnel part of the lap, but he's backed off. He's on an in lap here. He needs to be careful because he's got his teammate Karts right up his arse here as they come into the Karts coming into the pits as well. Golden Wolf's just coming through the middle sector now as he comes into campus. Let's jump on board with him here in the Alpine as he's got just this final sector here to go. Has he backed off a bit here? I'm not sure. In the meantime, Mark Bow has gone up into P4. No, sorry, Mark Bow was already in P4, so I do apologise. It was Bennett who went into P3, so Bennett did a good lap there. Still a long way off for the pace being set by Blue Devil Fan though. Blue Devil Fan looks to be in cruise control. Seems to have won the lottery with his car delegation, or rather his car assignment this season, because Blue Devil Fan has just, he's absolutely wiping the floor with him. It seems like he really should be in something like an Alfa Romeo or a Haas, because at this stage he's looking very much like he's a bit of a mismatch for this league in that car. But don't know whether they're going to stick with this for this season or whether they're going to try and put him in a car that's a little bit more challenging for him. Nonetheless, Blue Devil Fan over a second clear of everybody else, so the others have got work to do this season if they want to be any sort of a challenge for Blue Devil Fan. But that is that then for the qualifying session here for the opening round of the Schumacher League here at the OG League. Guys, hit the like button if you do enjoy. Czech TV was very upset in the comments there saying we missed his incident. Sorry about that, mate. I was just here, there and everywhere through that qualifying session, clicking left, right and centre, trying to find people who were coming towards the end of their flying laps. But such a shame for you there, obviously getting that DNF in quali, but hopefully you can come back and have a good race nonetheless. But Blue Devil Fan, your pole man ahead of A. Thompson in second place. Bennett there in third ahead of Golden Wolf, and we didn't get to read the rest of the qualifying results because we had to flick to the next screen. So that is that, guys. But we're just now getting ready to go here for this first race of the Schumacher League here for another season at the OG League, formerly the XL OG League, but they've now gone independent. They've spread their wings, they've gone elsewhere, they've made their own Discord server. Obviously this league being run by guys like Bennett, A. Thompson, Soph. I know they're like the big three, so to speak. I know there's a few others guys that it's difficult to keep track of, but there's a lot of people here who do put in a lot of good work to keep these leagues going. They run practically every day of the week. There's something for everyone here. If you're on the PlayStation platform, if you have the F1 game, then I urge you to come and have a look. Also, My League Motive, we're the ones who stream these races. We're the ones who streams the OG leagues. We also stream the Dynamic leagues and the XL leagues, and a few others, Purple Sector as well. We stream multiple leagues, but we also have our own league on a Friday night as well on F1 if anybody's interested. But we're just going for the formation lap here, guys, so we'll be back on very shortly for lights out for the opening round of the Schumacher League here.
Hold
then, guys, we're lining up on the grid, getting ready to go racing here at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix here for the OG Schumacher League, the Realistic League, on a Monday night. We're here for the start of the season. We've got Blue Devil fan lining up on pole position with A. Thompson alongside him on the front row. Bennett LCFC, they're the three-time champion of the OG League on a Wednesday and a Sunday, lining up behind them in third. But looks as though the order's being shuffled around here, but the lights are coming on now. We're about to go racing here at Spa, and it's lights out and away we go. And look like a good reaction there from the third row from Mark Bowe up towards La Source we come. For the first time, it's Blue Devil van ahead of A. Thompson. As we can see, Bennett there on the inside. We've got Mark Bowe trying to poking us up the inside of Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf holding around the outside, and it's got ahead of Bennett there. So Golden Wolf up into third place on the run up towards Old Rouge. Looking down the order here, looks like we haven't got too many other moves going on. Polish My Balls has got ahead of Horatio up into P15, and we can see Czech DB is all over the back of Nobby Bootneck as they're coming up through Radion and down the Kemmel Straight. Mark Bowe's got back ahead of Bennett up into fourth place. On board with Czech DB as we're coming up towards Lecombe for the first time. But we can see Carts has got ahead of Bennett. What's happening to Bennett here? Bennett's lost a few positions at the start of this race, down to P6. It's not been the opening lap for Bennett at all. He has had nothing short of a nightmare here, and he's been passed up the inside by Raiji, and Raiji up the inside of Brussels up into sixth place. Czech DB has now got ahead of Nobby Boot there, but Nobby's got him back here coming through that section of the track, and Czech DB gets him around the outside there and up into 13th place. So good move there from Czech DB. We saw he was lining it up all the way down the Kemmel Straight. He's now into 13th place. Blue Devil fan is already opening up a bit of a gap here at the front though. He was obviously on pole by a resounding margin. Mr. Exotic's dropping down the order. What's happened to Mr. Exotic here? Mr. Exotic's had enough somewhere and he's falling backwards. He's dropping place after place after place down to 17th place there. Didn't catch really what happened to him, but he's falling away massively here at the start of this race. Looking down the order right now though, as we can see Czech DB is now eyeing up another victim in the shape of Malky. Nobby Bootleg sticking to the back of Czech DB since he lost the position to him though, coming into Brussels. As we can see Paul Codd's got ahead of San up into 9th place. On board with San, you can see the Red Bull there cutting him off a little bit, coming up towards Blanchimont, but he has to get out of it a bit there as Bennett seems to really be struggling. I think Bennett must have some damage there on that Alfa Romeo because he's not driving like the Bennett that we know so far. Czech DB has done Malky up into 11th place. Czech DB obviously had damage in the qualifying session, had to retire early on through the session, and unfortunately for him, it probably didn't probably didn't get the position that would be representative of his pace around this track, but he's making up for it in the early stages of this race, up into P10 already here. He's on a bit of a charge right now, is Czech DB. Looking down the order of Bennett, Mr. Exotic and Andrew Pittsmith all in at the end of the first lap, so all those three seem to have got involved in skirmishes as Raiji is now ahead of Karts, and Karts is out of the race! Karts has crashed out here. He must have been through Radion. He must have binned it into the wall coming through Radion, but Karts is out of the race, and we've got a virtual safety car here, but obviously the whole pack's come past the pits already, so nobody's going to be able to take advantage of that and bring it in for a free pit stop. So we're just going to have to sit and wait here for this to subside. Shouldn't be too long, I imagine. The marshal's generally quite quick on the F1 game, but we're going to have to see how this one pans out nonetheless. Virtual safety car here at Spa for the Schumacher League, the opening race of the season here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure this is going to be a great season. Always a bit of an exciting one. Obviously the cars are the same performance that you see in the real life F1, so makes it that little bit more unpredictable. As we can see, Blue Devil fans just been passed by A. Thompson under the virtual safety car, so I wonder what's gone off there. A. Thompson presumably playing a few games here, trying to what are you doing there, A. Thompson? What's all that about? Nonetheless, he's just crashed into the wall and he's just lost his front wing, so that is a very peculiar one, which is not what you want to see. Nonetheless, Blue Devil fan leads ahead of Golden Wolf right now. You've got Raiji on the back of Mark Bowe, trying to get himself into third place. You've got Paul Codd, there's San ahead of YouTube Dizzy, followed by Czech DB. Malky there in 9th, ahead of Nobby Bootneck. You've got Kaiser Kenzie, there's Horatio. Soph there running in P13, ahead of Polish My Balls. A. Thompson, there's Bennett running in P16 in this race at the moment, ahead of Mr. Exotic. You've got Andrew Pittsmith running in P18 in this race as Kaiser Kenzie has got ahead of Nobby Bootneck up into 10th place around the outside of the source. So that's a good move there from Kaiser Kenzie. But Horatio on the back of Nobby Bootneck as well. As we can see, A. Thompson is out of the race. He has left the session, presumably frustrated there with that, whatever it was going on with Raiji. Nonetheless, Horatio close to the back of Nobby Bootneck. He will have DRS actually this time because it wasn't a full safety car, it was only a virtual safety car. He gets the run here. Czech DB noticing on the timing screens has got ahead of YouTube Dizzy up into 7th. Horatio can't get anything done with Nobby Bootneck for the time being, but Czech TV, is on an absolute flyer in the early stages of this race. He has absolutely got up and gone here in the first couple of laps of this race. It's been very impressive stuff here from Czech DB, looking to try and recover after his nightmare of a qualifying session. There is no other word for it. He got very unlucky in the qualifying session. He crashed out of the session. Some could say it's his own fault, but he's got up and he's done really well since then. He's got himself back on his feet and he's dusted himself off, and he's gone, right, I may not have had a qualifying session, but I'm going to make up for it in the race. I'm going to absolutely go for it. I'm going to make some moves. I'm going to make quick progress through this pack, and I'm going to have a good finish to this race. But currently in P7 on the hard tyres as well. Let's not forget he's on the hards, because that is going to give him a bit of a strategic ace up his sleeve. As we can see, Kaiser Kenzie has got ahead of Malky up into 9th. So Kaiser Kenzie putting off a good move there. Malky though going to try and come back again on the extra branchement. No, Kaiser Kenzie gets a much better run there. Kaiser Kenzie will be able to hold on to that one. In the meantime, Golden Wolf has just gained a bit of time here on Blue Devil fan. Blue Devil's fan's got about a second of a gap to Golden Wolf. You can see Mark Bow there running in 3rd place, had a Paul Cod. There's Raiji. Sand running about 3 seconds behind in P6. It's got Czech DB all over the back of him at the moment. Usually busy Kaiser Kenzie. There's Malky running in P10 ahead of Nobby, followed by Horatio, Polish My Balls. Soap there running in P14. Bennett a long way behind, having made that early pit stop in P15 at this point. He will have fresh tyres though. I'm sure he's probably got a bit of pace there in that Alfa Romeo. And that was a hiccup, but Mr. Exotic there running in P16 here in this race, as that was another one. And Andrew Pittsmith currently running in P17 as Kaiser Kenzie's got ahead of YouTube Dizzy down the the Camel Straight, should I say. YouTube Dizzy though still got Malky all over the back of him here. Malky's looking to try and come through as well. As YouTube Dizzy very wide. Malky's surely going to pick him off here as he goes all over the curb there. No, Malky can't quite get it done into Brussels. Looking to the inside. YouTube Dizzy a little bit wide again. Tell you what, he's really struggling from understeer by the looks of it. YouTube Dizzy can't seem to get the car turned in properly, and then also seems to be understeering on the exit as well. But for the time being, he holds on to the P9 in this race, as Raiji now got ahead of Paul Cod into 4th. So he must have done him around the outside there, coming into campus, but Paul Cod gives him a bit of a tap in the rear through the corner. But Raiji holds on to it for now, and Paul Cod trying to come back at him, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to at this point. You got Sam, Czech DB, Kaiser Kenzie all running pretty close to each other right now. These three separated by just under a second. You should Dizzy about a second further back. You've got Malky there running in P10. Nobby Bootneck, Horatio, Polish My Balls, Sophie's a few seconds behind, running in 14th place at this point. But lots going on right now. Mark Bow trying to put the pressure on Golden Wolf as they're coming through the bus stop, and Golden Wolf is into the pits. So that's that done. Golden Wolf now coming in here at the end of lap 4. Fastest lap of the race from the race leader Blue Devil fan, and no surprise there from his qualifying pace, as we can see Golden Wolf and Sand both into the pits at the end of lap 4. That promotes Raiji, Paul Cod up into 3rd and 4th. This is now the battle for the podium spots. Czech DB into 5th place in this race, and he has cut through this field like a hot knife through butter so far in this one as Czech DB. It's been a superb drive on the hard tyres. He is absolutely flying. As we can see, Andrew Pittman has left the session. Did he retire? Did he crash out? It doesn't look like it. Oh no, we have got a safety car. So Andrew Pittsmith's car obviously in a precarious position. We have got a safety car here on lap 5 here at Spa for the realistic OG Schumacher League here tonight on a Monday night here on the PlayStation 4 and 5 here on the Codemasters Formula 1 game. So guys, stick with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very shortly for the restart. Also, I want to thank everybody for checking this out, and to the drivers watching this back, if you do enjoy, please do share with your friends, family members and otherwise associates, as it does help us out enormously. It helps us out more than you can know. Every like last time we were streaming it for the OG League, we managed to get over 30 likes on the stream. Guys, whoever's sharing this, whoever's getting your friends to have a look, it is massively appreciated. You're an absolute legend. It means so much to us that you're sharing these and that you're getting us to a wider audience. So guys, thank you very much, and yeah, we'll catch you on the other side of this what we hope is going to be a very short safety car period. Here we go then, we're back underway, coming out of the bus stop chicane, ready to go racing once again here at Spa for the realistic Schumacher League here at the OG League, and it's Czech DB on the hard tyres now with the lead of this race, but the guys behind him on medium tyres, Horatio on mediums, Blue Devil on fresh, soft, Golden Wolf, Roy Bennett. Well, Bennett on slightly fresher mediums, but Golden Wolf and Roy on very fresh medium tyres here. So Czech DB is going to have a train of cars behind him who probably are going to have a pace advantage, but his speed around this track, his confidence here clearly in that car could be doing him well at the moment. Blue Devil fans got ahead of Horatio up into second place. The reigning champion Horatio down to third here in this race, but Blue Devil fan is now appearing on the scene here on the back of Czech DB as we're on lap 9 of 22. Still the first half of this race. We're yet to meet the halfway point in this race so far, but Czech DB's done absolute bits since the start of this race. Started way down the order, I think, in about 14th or 15th place, and since then he's just got on. He's really made gains. He's brought himself up this order, and he's now holding Blue Devil fan at bay for the time being. Blue Devil fan looking all over the back of him as they're coming through Puon here, as we're still trying to, as Blue Devil fan is still trying to find a way through, but Blue Devil fans had the lead since the start of this race. He's been controlling this one for the majority of it. We see Mr. Exotic's got a 3-second time penalty there for multiple track limit warnings. Paul Codd's got ahead of Polish My Balls, noticing that one on the timing screen there, up into 14th place. But Blue Devil fan keeping Czech DB keeping Blue Devil fan at bay for the time being. For how much longer is he going to be able to do it? Because Blue Devil fan's up to the inside, and Czech DB cuts him off there as they come up towards Blanchimont. You can see Blue Devil fan having to cut his car alongside, but Czech DB's not having any of it as we see Blue Devil fan trying to go around the outside here into the bus stop. Blue Devil fan though gets Czech DB goes back up the inside of Blue Devil fan, up the inside of the bus stop. He's defending this one really well so far. Blue Devil fan though cuts to the inside, and surely he's going to get him coming into the source. I think that Czech DB's going to have no defence here as Blue Devil fan down the inside into La Source, and he gets that one done there. As we can see, Horatio in the background, Golden Wolf, Roy Bennett there in 6th ahead of Kaiser Kenzie. Stand there looking to the inside of Kaiser Kenzie. You've got YouTube Dizzy ahead of Nubby Bootneck. There's Mr. Exotic, Malky running in 12th place ahead of Soph. You've got Paul Codd there behind Soph, and you've got Polish My Balls and Mark Bow running a little way off of the rest of them there in P16. But Blue Devil fan and Czech DB close, and what's happened to Golden Wolf? Golden Wolf is out of the race. Golden Wolf has crashed out coming through Radion. Sand's got a 3-second time penalty there. So Sand's obviously been pushing the track limits. The game does give you a few warnings here on track limits. So obviously when you get a track limit penalty, or rather when you get a track limit warning, you've really got to stop doing the track limits. You're allowed to make a couple of mistakes. You're allowed to break the rules a few times, and obviously the game will say, look, you really need to stop doing that, because obviously cutting corners is not allowed. It's against the rules. You really need to stop doing it, otherwise you'll get a penalty eventually if you keep doing this. You need to really stop. And obviously if you do stop, if you start heeding those warnings and start playing by the rules, then the stewards will be like, okay, look, you made a mistake, we know you did it, you know you did it, but at the end of the day, it's only a corner cut, no one got killed, no one got hurt. At the end of the day, like, just don't do it again, alright, for goodness sake. And then obviously if you don't do it again, then you're alright, but if you continue to break the rules, if you continue to do naughty things and show that you haven't listened and show that you haven't made an effort to stop, then you'll get a penalty. But as long as you show that you made an effort to stop, then you're all good. It's like, okay, put it behind us, move on, let's just get on with life. But in the meantime, Blue Devil fan has done the fastest lap of the race there. 3.5 seconds now is gap to Czech DB. We can see Sand's got ahead of Kaiser Kenzie into the bus stop, but Kaiser Kenzie looks to try and hold it around the outside here as they come out onto the start finish straight. You've got YouTube Dizzy and Nobby Bootneck pretty close. Mr. Exotic trying to get onto the back of these, but Kaiser Kenzie here is going to look to the inside into the last source, as we can see Sand trying to hold it around the outside, and Sand does that really well there. We've got a Ferrari around in the background. Nobby Bootneck has spun it on the exit of the source, and he's in the barriers there. He's facing the wrong ways. He has to wait for pretty much everybody to come past, and Nobby Bootneck has had an absolute mare there as Raichi has managed to get around Horatio there up into 3rd place, and that's a great move there from Raichi, as Bennett there is running just not too far behind them, as Kaiser Kenzie's got around Sand there up into 6th place. So that's a great move there from Kaiser Kenzie, as Malky's on the back of Mr. Exotic looking into the coon, can't get anything done there. Paul Codd now looking to try and make a move here on Soph. Down the inside goes Paul Codd. Soph holds it on the outside though, and Soph does really well there actually on the brakes and manages to keep onto that 11th place for the time being. Those two going at it there, but Bennett on the back of Horatio here, looking to try and get himself into 4th place as quickly as he can. Bennett on a bit of a charge here in this race so far as we're near the halfway point in this opening round of the realistic Schumacher League here on the OG server, as Sands on the back of Kaiser Kenzie. You've got YouTube Busy right with them as well at this point. Malky there on the back of Mr. Exotic at this point. You've got Paul Codd trying to hassle, so still in that battle for 11th place. So much going on right now as Bennett now looking to the inside of Horatio into Stavolo, but nothing doing there for him. YouTube Busy still trying to find a way through ahead of Sam. Mark Bowes got ahead of Polish My Balls there. Golden Wolf has left the session and Polish My Balls has spun there coming out of Pouon and has lost his front wing, so Polish My Balls is going to have to limp round to the pits there. That Ferrari is really struggling, as we can see. Nobby Bootneck now moving through up into 14th place, and Polish My Balls there had an absolute horror show. But Bennett there running in 5th place just behind Horatio as they're coming out onto the start-finish straight now to complete lap 11 of this race. Down the start-finish straight they come up towards La Source. Bennett just a little bit too far back to make anything happen on Horatio at this point though. As you can see, Paul Codd's got ahead of Soph up into 11th place, so that's a good move there from Paul Codd. In fact, did Soph make a mistake? He did make a mistake. She did make a mistake there on the exit of the bus stop, and she's actually lost out to Mark Bow there. So Mark Bow up into 12th, and Paul Codd, he did manage to gain that position there up into 11th place as well as Mark Bow. So Soph having a major moment there, and I hope she hasn't got any damage, because she's going to have to drive around an entire lap with that damage, which is not going to be fun for her. But Polish My Balls has left the session. What a massive shame there for him. His race is over relatively early here in this one. As Bennett's got around Horatio there up into 4th place. We can see YouTube Busy's on the back of San. This is the battle for 7th place at this point. Mr. Exotic trying to join in with this one here right on the back of these guys, as it's a three-way battle here for 7th place in this race. You can see Horatio still close on the back of Bennett. Blue Devil fan though has checked out in the meantime. He's 7.5 seconds clear of Check DB, but Blue Devil fan will need to come into the pits and will need to, actually, you can put another set of softs on and he's good to go to the end. So Check DB, I think, currently leading the battle for 2nd place here in this race. You've got Horatio still on the back of Bennett as Mr. Exotic's got ahead of YouTube Dizzy up into 8th place. So Mr. Exotic a bit deep on the exit of campus. Can YouTube Dizzy try and come back and point into Stavolo? He's looking around the outside here. Mr. Exotic parks his car on the inside and holds on to that one for now. YouTube Dizzy though swooping around the outside there of that next to right hand. As we can see, Mr. Exotic lost it there. He's pinned it coming into the wall, and he's going to lose out a few positions. Here is Mr. Exotic. Where is he coming out on? He's just coming out ahead of Paul Codd and Mark Bow. So in fact, he's just ahead of Paul Codd. Mark Bow is way behind Paul Codd at this point. So Mr. Exotic here just about under 2 seconds ahead of Paul Codd at this point. You've got Malky on the back of YouTube Dizzy still. These two going at it for 8th place here in this race. Kaiser Kenzie's on the back of Horatio as these two continue to battle it out 4th, 5th and 6th places at the moment. As we see, Mr. Exotic is into the pits at the end of lap 12. Raiji's on the back of Check DB as they're coming up through Eau Rouge and Radion here on lap 13 of this race. As now we can see Mr. Exotic in the pits, and Mark Bowe's made their position up into 11th place in the meantime, and Kaiser Kenzie's out of the race. Kaiser Kenzie's crashed out, and we got a virtual safety car, so no safety car deployed. That's obviously going to be good news for guys like Blue Devil fan, because otherwise Check DB would be on the soft tyres and would be in a prime position to go after him if he could come in for a pit stop if it was a safety car. But nonetheless, a VFC, these guys will probably, by the time they get around to the pit lane, the virtual safety car would have probably subsided anyway. But yeah, wow, action-packed race so far tonight. What a shame to lose Kaiser Kenzie here at this stage in the race. We know that Eau Rouge and Radion can be a little bit of a hunting ground for drivers. It's an easy place to make a mistake, and you see it time and time again. Unfortunately, this is just very, very easily done. But yeah, nonetheless, we have lost. So far, we have actually lost 6 drivers here in this race. We've got 13 still left out there. Started this with 19. So we've still got plenty of drivers here, but yeah, a lot of them are falling by the wayside. But virtual safety cars subsided. Now we've got Raiji back on Check DB, and San's lost it. San's out of the race. He's DNF'd here. What's happened to San? And we've got double waved yellow flags through sector 3. Let's hope and pray that we don't get another safety car. I think we're not going to get it. No, it's already been cleared up. So the marshals were doing an absolutely stellar job there of getting that incident cleared up as quickly as possible. As we see Paul Codd sliding it there on the entrance to the pits, but gets it in now with 8 laps left to go here in this race. Nonetheless, it's Czech TV now trying to hold Raiji off as these two coming out of Radion down the Camel Straight now, and Raiji's going to breeze past Czech TV. It's not even going to be a difficult one. It's going to be an easy pickings there for Raiji up into second place on 7-lap-old medium tyres. You can probably go to the end on those. They might be going off a bit at the end, but he should be all right to get those to the flag. Czech TV's obviously got to come into the pits, but he'll be able to put the soft tyres on. But he needs to get them on soon, because he's not going to be able to make the most of them at this stage. He needs to really get himself in the pits and get those fresh soft tyres on as soon as he possibly can. He'd be well advised to get that sorted out ASAP. Nonetheless, we've got YouTube Dizzy currently on the back of Malky here, as these two are separated by 0.6 of a second, as YouTube Dizzy trying to bring the smoke in. Both of these two on the hard tyres. They put them on about 7 laps ago during the first safety car period, and they're now going at it, coming through on here on lap 14 of the race. You've got Mark Beaufort 6 seconds back. You've got Paul Codd there running in 9th place. He's got a couple of seconds back to Mr. Exotic. Nobby Vuitnek and So still going in this race. They really need another safety car here in this race, though, to bring themselves into contention. But Czech TV's already lost about a second here to Raiji. Raiji's driving off into the distance here as Blue Devil fan into the pits to make his final pit stop. And Raiji, is he going to come in this time? No, Raiji stays out, and Czech TV's into the pits, so no surprise there to see Czech TV in as he just gets a bit of oversteer as he comes into the pits. But nonetheless, he's now trundling through the pit lane here. Lap 15 of 22 here at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix, for the opening round of the Schumacher League here at the OG server. We see Malky's going to gain a few positions here with these pit stops going on. Malky now up into 3rd place on the hard tyres. He can go to the end on those, so can YouTube Dizzy. But these two will be vulnerable to the charging pack behind them, as they'll all be on fresh, faster tyres. Czech TV has put a fresh set of softs on, so has Bennett, so has Horatio. So these three, we're going to have to watch out for them. Bennett and Horatio will be wanting to get Mark Bowe done as quickly as they can to avoid losing too much time. As we can see, Mr. Exotic has now got ahead of Paul Codd up into 9th place. Nobby Vuitnek in the pits at the moment. And Mark Bowe has made the move there on Czech DB. So Mark Bowe on hard tyres has managed to get ahead of Czech DB. Czech DB must have been vulnerable to the DRS there. There's no real explanation for that other than that. Soph's got ahead of Nobby Vuitnek because Nobby Vuitnek's in the pits. But currently it's Raiji out in front leading the race. He'll obviously... actually, no, he won't lose the lead because he's probably going to be able to go to the end. Saying that though, I mean... I think Blue Devil fan will definitely have the pace. The thing about Blue Devil fan though is that he started the race on the softs, right? He started the race on the softs. He then switched to another set of softs. So he actually has to do this last stint on the mediums because he had no choice. He has to take the mediums for this final stint of the race, and that means that he's actually not going to have as much of a pace advantage over Raiji as he probably would like at this point. Raiji's on 8-lap older tyres. That means he'll probably lose about 0.8 a lap or so. And obviously Blue Devil fan's the quicker driver around this track. I think he's quicker than everybody out there tonight. There's no doubt that Blue Devil fan is the man to beat here tonight. I mean, he was on pole by over a second, but nonetheless, Raiji's got a chance here. He has got a chance, admittedly a slim chance, but you know, the longer this thing goes on, the more that Blue Devil fans' tyres will start to go off just a little bit, and it will start to bring a bit of momentum back to Raiji. But at the moment, the gap just under 7 seconds, and Raiji possibly with a bit of a chance of upsetting the odds here and taking the opening round of the Schumacher League here on the OG server. You've got Mark Bowe on the back of Czech DB. Bennett is right on the back of Mark Bowe as they're coming up through Radion and down the Camel Straight. Bennett will get DRS as well, and that should help him come past. But Mark Bowe's also got DRS on Czech DB, but Bennett's going to use the DRS nonetheless. He pulls out the slipstream, uses a bit of his battery there. Down the inside he goes on Mark Bowe, and Bennett there gets the move done up into P6. Good move there from Bennett LCFC. And he can now focus his attention on Czech DB, who is just under a second up the road, running in P5 just there. But nonetheless, it's Raiji leading this race by 5 seconds ahead of Blue Devil fan. So Blue Devil fan has carved that lead down by quite a lot on this lap so far. He's gained a second and a half just through the first 2 sectors. So Blue Devil fan is absolutely on one here in this race. he's gonna take some beating here. I don't think Raji's gonna be able to hold off Blue Devil fan for too long here in this race. But Raji, I'm sure, will be giving it a good go. Bennett's on the back of Czech DB, battling it out over 5th and 6th places. They're a couple of seconds off at the back of YouTube Dizzy here. As we see Raji in the pits. So Raji's pitting here at the end of lap 16. Now, I wonder if Raji may be banking on a potential safety car here. Because if a safety car were to come out at this point, I don't know, actually, he might still come out. Yeah, I don't know, Blue Devil Plan might have a free pit stop, I don't know. Raji's losing out positions here, so it hasn't really worked out for him. He's put a fresh set of soft tyres on. We'll probably get him, I don't know, to be fair, because the others are on fresh softs as well. So he's come out behind Mark Bow on the hard side, but he's come out behind Czech DB and Bennett, who are both also on the fresh soft tyres. So I think Raji's just pissed himself off at the podium here, to be honest. That is a strange one for me. He is just basically taking away his chance of taking the podium. As we can see, Czech DB has got the move done here, and Bennett's going to follow him through there on YouTube Dizzy. So YouTube Dizzy losing out 2 places in the space of a couple of 100 metres. Soph's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. We said earlier on, the track limit warnings, you get warnings, you get chances, and it's like, as long as you heed those warnings and as long as you stop cutting the corners, the stewards will kind of like, they'll be like, okay, look, you've cut corners, you've been naughty, however, you're obviously making an effort to stop. You know, you haven't cut the corners in a while, so I think we can draw a line under that. You know, it's not a major issue now. Obviously, you know, you learned your lesson, and if you continue to cut the track and you continue to cut the corners, then obviously then you'll get a penalty. But as long as you show that you haven't cut any more corners and demonstrate that you've learned, then generally it's not a problem from the stewards. They'll just be like, okay, you clearly heeded the warnings and learned your lesson. Nonetheless, though, we've got Nobby Bouguenet's got ahead of Soph up into 11th place. I don't know what's happened to Soph here. Soph seems to have gone a little bit wide there on the exit of that left-hander with no name. As Bennett's on the back of Czech DB, and Nobby Bouguenet's got a 3-second time penalty as well, so the time penalties are getting handed out willy-nilly. The stewards are absolutely loving it here tonight, but Czech DB here in 3rd place has got DRS on Malky. He's got a hard-charging Bennett right behind him though. Let's jump on board with Bennett LCFC as they're coming up towards Eau Rouge and Radion here for the 18th time in this race. On board with Czech DB, you can see Bennett there in his rearview mirror. As you can see, there's Malky up ahead of him. Is Bennett going to be close enough? No, he's not. But Czech DB though, he's got a hell of a run here on Malky. He was a bit far back coming onto the camel straight, but he's gone for the dive up the inside, and Czech DB has pulled off an absolute worldie overtake there. And now Bennett's looking to try and knock Malky while he's down, and Bennett sneaks through up into 3rd place as well. So Malky losing 2 places there, down to 4th, and that's great stuff there. Czech DB was Daniel Ricciardo on the brakes there coming into Lacombe. As we can see, Sophie's out of the race. She has crashed out somewhere, not sure where. We have got double waved yellow flags through sector 3. As Raji's now looking out to the inside here of Mark Bow into Pouon. I tell you what, he had to back out of that one though, and he did so good stuff there. Mr. Exotic left the session. What a massive shame there for him. But virtual safety car here, lap 18, due to Soph's and Mr. Exotic's cars both being stranded out on the track. So give the marshals a bit of time to get those out of harm's way. What a shame there for those two. Lap 18 and 22, closing stages of this race. We're getting to the business end now. What is going to happen here in the final couple of laps of this race? That is the question. That's what we're going to find out over the course of the next few minutes. But it's been an exciting opening round to the season for the Realistic League here, for the OG League here on the OG server. Guys, if you're watching for the first time, if you do enjoy, please do drop a like on the video and join the OG League. You can join in the description down below. There is a link to the Discord server. You can get yourselves involved in the action. There's leagues throughout the week, plenty to get excited about here. PlayStation platform only. If you have the F1 game, then be sure to join. Also join Motive Racing. We're the ones who stream it. I myself am the owner of Motive. I'm an admin. I commentate on all the races in Motive as well. So yeah, if you want to join either of our leagues, then definitely come along and check it out. Nonetheless, though, we've got Raiji on the back of Mark Bow here coming down the Camel Straight, but a bit too far back to make the move, down to the fact that Mark Bow has DRS on YouTube Dizzy as well. Oh, but we see Mark Bow's gone deep into the coombe. He's got a 3-second time penalty there as Mark Bow as well, so he's picked up a warning, he's picked up a few warnings, and he's obviously not heeded those warnings. He's not thought, right, I better now fall in line. They're on to me now, they know what I'm up to, I better fall in line. He obviously hasn't thought that, and unfortunately for him, he's picked up a 3-second time penalty here as Raiji looking all over the back of him in towards Thorn. But Mark Bow holding on for the time being. Oh, it's YouTube Dizzy! Oh my God! And YouTube Dizzy there gets collected by Mark Bow. Raiji slips through, but it was the knock from Mark Bow which caused the terminal damage to YouTube Dizzy's car. He's out of the race. He'd already binned it coming through Thorn, but Mark Bow nowhere to go. Has also got damage on his Alpine as well. Raiji laughing his way through that incident as Horatio up in the upper position as well, into 6th place, the last season's champion of this realistic league, struggling so far in this Aston Martin. He's got work to do over the course of this season, but YouTube Dizzy out of the race. Double wave yellow flags through sector 2. Looks like the marshals are going to try and get that recovered under double wave yellows. Let's check out Lobby Bootnet's on board, see if we can get a glimpse of where that car ended up. No, we can't, because it has been moved away there by the marshals, so it's no longer present on the track. But back to the battle for 2nd place, CheckDB and Bennett continue to guide it, and I tell you what, these guys may be closing the gap a bit to Blue Devil Fan. Not sure, maybe not, maybe that's just me being delusional, it probably is. But Bennett there looking to the outside of CheckDB, and he's going to make the move here. DRS aided, Bennett there up into 2nd place. So Bennett LCFC making a great move there. Be good for Bennett obviously to get some consistency on the board here in this season. He's in the Alfa Romeo, which isn't the worst car on the grid. The Haas and the Williams are a little bit worse than the Alfa, so Bennett could have got a worse draw in terms of what car he got assigned for this season. But yeah, I mean, CheckDB and Haas certainly in a slightly more inferior piece of machinery, but Bennett there into 2nd place here in this race. The 3-time champion of the OG League is now pulling away a little bit from CheckDB. Has he got the pace to go after Blue Devil Fan, who's in a faster car, obviously in the McLaren, and seems to have this race under control at this point, riding on board with the 3-time champ of the OG League on a Wednesday and a Sunday. He's coming through Stavilo at the moment. We've got just over 2 laps left to go here at Spa for this opening round for the OG Realistic Schumacher League here on a Monday night here on the PlayStation 4 and 5 here on the Codemasters Formula 1 game. As we can see, Raiji's now on the back of Malky, battling it out over 4th and 5th places. This is still a pretty close battle going on for that one. But CheckDB within a second of, or just over a second behind Bennett LCFC at this point. These guys are about 4 seconds off at the back of Blue Devil Fan at this point. Bennett's opened up a bit of a gap here to CheckDB. Looks like that battle for 2nd place may be done and dusted now. I don't think CheckDB's got anything to try and come back in, but I don't think he's got anything left in his locker to unleash here on Bennett. But Raiji is still very much in this battle. Oh, CheckDB's gone wide out of Lacoum. He's gone onto the grass there through the 2nd part of the corner, and that's going to have lost him a lot of momentum as he was trying to get onto the back of Bennett. He now might find himself vulnerable to Malky and Raiji. Raiji on the fresh soft should have a lot of pace over Malky at this point, but he still can't find a way through at this point. And I think that with Malky holding him up, I think that Raiji might struggle to catch up with CheckDB at the end of this race. I think CheckDB should be alright for that podium spot, but nonetheless he'll be kicking himself with that one as he maybe was hoping to get back onto the rear of Bennett here at the end of this race. But it's Malky and Raiji battling it out as they come into campus here for the penultimate time here in this race, in this opening round of the season. Oh, as you can see, Malky's lost it. Malky's binned it on the exit of campus, and that's going to promote Raiji up into 4th, and Horatio moves up into P5. The champion from last year will get 10 points so far in this one if it finishes as it is right now. But Malky has dropped it with 2 laps left to go, and he's going to be so frustrated with that. He just had to hold it for a lap and a bit more, and he would have been able to get some really good points here in this race. What a shame there for him. and he will be, I'm sure, so disappointed with that one, as we're on the final lap of the race. Blue Devil fan is on the last lap here as he's just coming up through Eau Rouge at this moment in time. But oh my god, Malky, it was just one more lap. That's all that was needed, one more lap. One more tour of Spa was all that was required, and it's all gone up in smoke there for him. As we can see, Blue Devil fan coming into Lacombe here for the 22nd time in this race. Mark Bowe has just set the fastest lap of the race and will be on course to pick up that bonus point there. So obviously you get 6 points for a P7 in Formula 1. He will pick up 7 points because he gets 6 points for his P7, plus another cheeky bonus point there for the fastest lap. So that will be absolutely fantastic there for him. But at the moment, it's Blue Devil fan continuing to lead this race. He's coming in towards Pouin for the final time. He's got 4 seconds back to Bennett. Czech TV after his mistake. He's running in 3rd place. He's got about a second back to Raji. So Raji's closing the gap to Czech TV. He's got a couple of laps younger tyres, fresh off tyres. So Raji in a decent position here to get onto the back of Czech TV. But with just under half a lap left to go, Blue Devil fans coming through the final sector of the lap. He's 1.7 seconds off of his fastest time. He's taking it easy now. He knows he's got this within his grasp. We know he doesn't have to push. He's got it in the bag. He's got it signed and sealed. All he's got to do is bring it around his final few corners and post it through the letterbox, and then the postman will come pick it up. He'll take it off in his van. He'll drop it at the sorting office, and then it will get posted through the recipient's letterbox the next day. But here he comes, Blue Devil fan up towards the line. He's going to take the opening round here at Spa for the realistic Schumacher League here for the OG server. What a great drive from Blue Devil fans tonight. But in fact, Bennett gets in on the penalties. Oh my goodness me, Blue Devil fan, having dominated the race, loses it on the time penalties. Oh, you could not write it. So Bennett takes the opening race of the season. Bennett, I've seen recently when I've been commentating on Bennett, he seems to be suffering from the worst luck imaginable, but it's great to see him take a win finally after it's been so long since I last saw him take a win. Czech TV 3rd ahead of Horatio 4th, Raji 5th ahead of Malky, who finished in 6th place in the end. Mark Bowe came home in 7th place. Paul Codd coming into the bus stop, and it's going to be a P8 here for Paul Codd. Solid result there for him as he comes up towards the line. So P8 there for Paul Codd. Nobby Bootnate will cross Rossblon in 9th place, but Bennett LCFC taking the victory tonight here on a Monday night for the realistic Schumacher League here. What a great job from Bennett, but so unfortunate for Blue Devil fan, who dominated the race, who was leading, who got pole by some margin in the end, getting thwarted by the time penalties. So that is that then for the opening round of this season, and it is Bennett LCFC who takes the first win of the season for the Realistic League, with Blue Devil fan second, Czech DB completing the podium after that mistake on the last few laps where he was battling with Bennett. Raji in the end lost out to fourth to Horatio, so the reigning champ comes 4th in the first race of his title defence. Raji finishes 6th, followed by Mark Bowe in 7th, Paul Codd 8th. Nobby Bootneck finishes in 9th place, the last driver to finish. The rest of them fell by the wayside over the course of the race. But guys, what a race. I want to thank all the drivers for showing up tonight and putting on an absolute show. It was great to watch. We lost a lot of drivers along the way, lots of chaos, lots of spills and spills, but enjoyable nonetheless. Please do drop a like on the video, guys. Drivers watching this back, if you do enjoy, please share it with your friends, family members and otherwise associates. Get them to take a look at what we're doing here in the OG League and on the Motive Racing channel. But with that being said, cheers everybody once again. Hope you enjoyed also the intro for the OG League that was made by Mark Bowe. Big shout out to Mark Bowe because it looks absolutely awesome. We're going to play it in a second as we sign off, but cheers everybody once again. We'll see you later.